Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to the Black Ops Cold War Alpha. Today I wanted to do a video discussing the most controversial system within Cold War so far, which of course would be the new score streak system. It seems like everywhere I go online, when people aren't talking about skill-based matchmaking, I may do a video on that in the future, but when they're not talking about that, they're talking about the score streak system and wondering just how good the system actually is. I did a full video breaking down the system, so I won't reiterate too much of it here today, but after putting over 10 hours into the alpha and experiencing the system for myself, I will say that this new hybrid support/requisitions system is actually pretty good, but it's also pretty bad at the same time. I don't know. I'm honestly torn as to what I think about this. I'm not 100% sure how I feel as of right now, but let's go ahead and discuss it anyway. To quickly summarize how everything works, in Black Ops Cold War, your progress towards your score streaks does not reset upon death. When I first heard this, and probably most of you thought the same thing, we all kind of thought that everybody and their mother would be earning the biggest streaks in the game every single match, but that really isn't the case because the score streaks in Black Ops Cold War cost way more than any other Call of Duty game before it. The streaks we have here in the alpha are on your screen right now. We have things like the UAV costing 800 score, we have the artillery at 1900 score, and the chopper gunner at a whopping 6000 score, and these score values are all way more than anything we've seen in any previous Call of Duty title. This is due to the new kill streak multiplier system. So when you get your second kill within a given life, you get 50 bonus score towards your score streaks, right? Your third kill in a given life is going to give you a bonus of 100 score, so on and so forth until you start earning an obscene amount of bonus score for going on bigger kill streaks within a given life. Now, this new kill streak multiplier system is what makes the score streak overhaul actually work. To actually be able to earn a chopper gunner within a given match, you need to go on a number of 5 to 10 kill streaks to actually earn enough score to unlock the chopper gunner, whereas the lower streaks are a bit easier to earn. But if you want the big streaks in the game, which right now the chopper gunner is the only really big one, if you want to get the big streaks in Black Ops Cold War, you are required to go on a bunch of either 5 kill streaks or a couple of 10 kill streaks or something like that. You can't simply just get a kill and die, and basically work your way up to a chopper gunner that way. It simply will not work. To make the math simple, in Domination, you get 50 points per kill, right? And let's say, just for the sake of making things simple, that every single life you get a kill and then you die. If that were to happen, you would need to get 16 kills in a given match to earn yourself a UAV. That's pretty obscene, right? So even to get a UAV, you are required to go on some 2 kill streaks, some 3 kill streaks, maybe a 5 kill streak, right? And that's going to help you actually get your UAVs more consistently. It's because of the kill streak multiplier that this entire system works whatsoever, and in general, I do sort of like the fact that I am required to go on these big kill streaks to earn things like attack helicopters and chopper gunners, and at the same time, I also don't feel nearly as punished for rushing and playing the objective because I'm likely gonna die a lot more when playing that way, so I'm not required to go on like these 15 to 20 kill streaks to earn some big stuff, but I am required to go on a bunch of 5 to 10 kill streaks and also play the objective for the bonus score. Now, that being said, however, I don't think that the score streak cooldown timer is a great part of this system. In fact, it's my least favorite aspect of this system, although I understand why it's there. This footage right here is a prime example of what I'm talking about. So here we are playing Domination on Satellite. I'm running UAV, Artillery, and Napalm Strike, which are 3 of the lower streaks in the game. I happen to be doing really well this match with the M16, which, by the way, I love how good the M16 is in Cold War. The M16 is my favorite gun in COD history. In fact, I should probably do a proper top 10 talking about my favorite guns in COD history, but spoiler, M16 is number 1, so I'm very happy that it's not only back for Black Ops Cold War, but I'm also happy it's incredibly strong as well. But getting back to it, as you guys can see, I earned all of my streaks relatively closely together, and now that my napalm has been called in, note that all of my streaks are currently on cooldown, as indicated by the bars on the right hand side. Now what this means, for those who don't know, is every score streak in Black Ops Cold War has a 90-second cooldown timer from when you call it in. This means that while my streaks are on cooldown, I cannot earn score towards towards re-earning those streaks again. So in this match, because I went off early in the game and I got all of my streaks pretty closely to one another, I now have this weird limbo period of like 1 to 2 minutes where I'm completely unable to earn any progress towards my next set of streaks. I am still able to get kills and play the objective and basically play the game, but I do need to wait for this almost arbitrary cooldown system to go through to start earning progress towards my score streaks again, and that feels really bad. It feels like I'm being punished for doing well. It feels like the game is saying, alright Cheat Up, slow down there a little bit, you're getting your streaks a little too quickly here, let's wait for everybody else to catch up, and that's not really a good feeling to have in a Call of Duty game. Now, if you are wondering, I looked back at all of my footage, and I can 100% confirm that absolutely none of your progress that you earn while a streak is on cooldown goes towards that streak after it's off cooldown. So let's say, hypothetically, to make things simple, let's say you call in your UAV, and then while the UAV is on cooldown, you get 500 score, and then the UAV comes back, it's now off cooldown. That 500 score does not go towards your next UAV. None of that score mattered. It does not go towards anything, and that feels really bad. I can see why the system is there in the game, however. It's almost like a necessary evil so that people don't spam the lower streaks in the game, even though they're dying a lot, but still, it does feel really bad when you're having a great game and then you feel held back by this cooldown system. In general, I will say that I do like the score streak system that we have here in Black Ops Cold War. It sounds kind of elitist, but I do like the fact that only good players can earn the highest streaks in the game, right? There aren't going to be any bad players running around. You're not going to see like Timmy No Thumbs dying his way up to a chopper gunner. In fact, I've seen so many times playing domination where the enemy team, or even people on my team, go the entire match without being able to get a UAV. Or if they do get a UAV at 800 score in a 10-minute domination match, that's the only streak they get, right? The good players, or the above average players, I should say at least, those are the only players calling in things like napalm strikes and attack helicopters. And in fact, in my 10 hours of playing Black Ops Cold War so far, I've only seen one person besides me ever call in the chopper gunner. Like, literally ever. And I'm not sure if that's because people aren't running the chopper gunner, or if it's because they simply can't earn enough score to actually pull off earning the chopper gunner. But either way, the big streaks are not being spammed in this game because people can't actually earn them. And even when you look at the lower streaks, with the 90-second cooldown timers, things like UAVs aren't even that big of a factor. I have a feeling that Treyarch is going to be adjusting the cooldown timers of the streaks as we transition from the alpha into the beta. Right now, every streak in the game has a 90-second cooldown, and I feel like those cooldowns should vary on a streak-by-streak basis. I can see a situation where the UAV cooldown gets reduced to 30 or 40 seconds instead of 90, because right now, the Ghost perk, while it is good, it hides you from the UAV, UAVs aren't really a thing. I mean, the entire enemy team with that cooldown timer, if they're even running UAV to begin with, they may call in, like, I don't know, 3 to 5 of them an entire match. Like, they're really not that big of a factor. So, with that 90-second cooldown timer, the UAV is not as good as it used to be, and I can see them reducing that cooldown to 30 or maybe 45 seconds. And I feel like maybe the lethal streaks that don't cost a ton of score, like the artillery and the napalm, maybe they should stay at 90 seconds, but to make it worthwhile for the bigger streaks in the game, like the attack helicopter and the chopper gunner, I think they should probably reduce their cooldowns significantly, because it does feel really bad trying to earn 2 chopper gunners in one match. You have to go off to get 2 chopper gunners in a single game, and it's because of that 90-second cooldown timer. I feel like if you're having a very good game and you're getting enough score to the point where you're able to even get a chopper gunner, that cooldown should not hold you back. You should be able to go for your second chopper gunner. Here's actually some footage where I almost got my second chopper gunner, but I was not able to finally finish it off because of that 90 seconds in the game where I was basically earning no score towards my chopper gunner whatsoever. And not to mention as well, like, making it so it's really hard to get these streaks is good, but at the same time, they should probably buff up the bigger streaks in the game. Of course, it is an alpha. They are going to be changing a lot about the game between now and November, but in my experience, things like attack helicopters and chopper gunners are not really that strong whatsoever. People are slowly starting to figure this out, and I guess I'll spoil it for those of you watching this video, but launchers are awful. Don't use launchers. At least right now, launchers are not the way to go when it comes to taking out air support. There is a barrel that is available on virtually every single weapon in the game that will increase your damage to vehicles by 300%. And because of that barrel, I think it was iTalk Fortnite who figured this out. He was using the R700 with that barrel, and I think he said it took somewhere between 6 and 8 shots with a sniper rifle to completely destroy an attack helicopter. And you can do it on things like an RPD or an assault rifle or anything like that. Like, these pieces of air support die very quickly if you're shooting at them with that barrel as compared to trying to use SAM turrets and rocket launchers. So yeah, in general, the score streaks in this game are powerful. They are very lethal, but they don't have a ton of health. There's not a lot of survivability there, which again, may be something that they change between now and when the game comes out in November. But yeah, getting back to it here, guys, I think the score streak system here in Black Ops Cold War is both good and bad, right? It's a weird system where I like the fact that it's encouraging people to play the objective. I like the fact that death is not as big of a deal, because if you want to get those streaks, you still have to go on a big streak, but you're not punished as much as you were in prior Call of Duty games, where if you die, you were just completely done. It's a good system in that sense, but also with the cooldown timers, it feels kind of bad, because it feels like the game is arbitrarily holding you back, even though you yourself are doing very well, and the game's like kind of holding everybody else's hand, saying, hey, look, this guy's doing too well, let's tone it back a little bit. I don't like that system, but again, I have a feeling things are going to be changing a lot between now and November, and as always, I will keep you guys posted as soon as we learn more about what they're going to be doing with this system here in Black Ops Cold War. But I'm going to wrap up today's video there, guys. I would love to know, what do you guys think of Black Ops Cold War so far? Of course, I will be doing a full review of the alpha by the end of the weekend, and yeah, I look forward to that video, but I also look forward to hearing what you guys think about the game so far down in the comment section below. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you did, consider leaving it a like. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.